5 seconds. At the outset, we may mention that the dispute between the parties pertain to the shares of respondent number 1, Star Health Insurance Company, standing in the name of the respondent numbers 3 to 7. As per the appellant's plaintiffs, it is respondent number 2 which has the beneficial interest in those shares. In this behalf, the appellant's plaintiffs filed the suit through their power of attorney holder before the High Court of Madras, seeking inter alia the relief of declaration of beneficial interest of respondent number 2 herein in the shares which are in the names of respondent numbers 3 to 7. These constitute a total of 6.16% of the shareholding of respondent number 1. However, issue before this court is very limited, which pertains to the territorial jurisdiction which whether High Court of Madras has the territorial jurisdiction to entertain the suit filed by the appellants herein. As per clause 12 of the latter's patent, along with the suit, the plaintiffs also filed application for seeking leave to sue on the ground that a substantial part of cause of action had arisen within its jurisdiction. This application was allowed by the High Court via its order dated January 12, 2018. After the service of summons in that suit, respondent number 1 herein filed applications for revoking leave to institute the suit within the jurisdiction of Madras High Court on the ground that it lacked territorial jurisdiction to decide the suit. Similar applications were filed by respondent numbers 2 and 3 as well. Respondent numbers 4, 6 and 7 filed memos supporting these applications. The learned single judge of the High Court dismissed these applications, holding that High Court had the jurisdiction to entertain the suit. Appeals against this order were filed by respondent numbers 1 to 9. The division bench has allowed these appeals by the common judgment dated August 3, 2018, thereby rejecting the plaint on the ground that suit in the High Court of Madras was not maintainable due to lack of territorial jurisdiction. This order is impugned in the instant appeals. The brief facts leading to the case may be stated at this stage. It may be mentioned that only those facts which are essential to decide the controversy regarding jurisdictional issue are taken note of. Also, for the sake of clarity and convenience, the parties are addressed as plaintiffs and defendants on the basis of memo of the parties in the suit. The case of the plaintiffs was that the majority group of shareholders of defendant number 2 should have taken some steps in order to assert that it was having a beneficial interest in the shares of the Indian company, though allotted in the names of defendant numbers 3 to 7. However, the majority shareholders, namely defendant numbers 3 to 7, who held 66% of the shares of the Indian company, did not take any steps, thereby causing prejudice to the Indian company. In these circumstances, the minority shareholders, namely the plaintiffs, who together hold 34% in the shares of the Indian company, initiated the suit, that is CS number 33 of 2018 in the High Court of Judicature at Madras in the nature of derivative action on behalf of the Indian company seeking protection and declaration of its beneficial interest in the shares available with the Indian company standing in the names of defendant numbers 3 to 7. It is the claim of the plaintiffs that even the pre-incorporation expenses of the Indian company were met by the funds remitted by defendant number 12. Defendant numbers 11 and 12 are further part of the ETA group of companies in Dubai, UAE. According to the plaintiffs, defendant number 12 had remitted a total sum of rupees 14 crores towards pre-incorporation expenses of the Indian company between April 2005 and October 2005. The same have been recorded in the books of account of defendant number 2. The plaintiffs have further claimed that for share certificates for a total of 33,200 shares were issued on July 11, 2005 in favor of defendant numbers 3, 5 and 7 who are shown as subscribers to the Memorandum of Association of Indian Company. The outstanding call amounts on these shares were satisfied from the remittance made in March 2006 by defendant number 12. The shares certificates are in the custody of defendant number 11 in its capacity as beneficial interest holder of defendant number 2. Defendant numbers 3, 5 and 7 have also made declarations acknowledging the beneficial interest of defendant number 2 in these shares. It was further stated that on December 21, 2005, a sum of rupees 50 lakhs was remitted by the defendant number 12 through bank transfer from Mashreq Bank in Dubai to the bank account of the Indian company in Andhra Bank, Chennai main branch, and share certificates were issued in favor of the defendant number 3, which has also been recorded in the books.